either myself or through the people who work for me, about 140 deals over the years. And I can tell you my experience is about 5 or 6 to 1, roughly speaking. If a company gets an offer that isn't just a lowball offer, and they turn it down 6 out of 7 times, they end up worse off. It's just the way it is. The dreams of taking it further and getting more, I've seen cases where companies have turned down incredibly good offers because they were the hubris to believe that they could get even better, and ended up with 5%, 3% of what that offer was then. So, the question is not always whether you should force it or not. Sometimes the question is pounding sense into somebody's head, and taking a few of the stars out of their eyes when they're not justified.
Jonathan, do you have thoughts to add?
I think that's been pretty well covered.
Owen, what about the other side, the journalist side? Your thoughts?
Oh, on
the forced exit.
On the forced exit, I've not seen hard evidence of it. I mean, one thing that comes to mind is Facebook, where they were amazingly in that situation of having offers that would have made certainly Mark Zuckerberg, probably his other founders as well, definitely millionaires, tens of millions, well past that $10 million mark.
Oh, yeah. But they were young. They didn't have families. They didn't care.
Yeah, and then they held out. I mean, part of it was the structure that that Facebook happened to have. Part of that was just happenstance. I think Sean Parker had come in as president, and then
Sean's the VC from Founders Fund.
yeah, and then left and given his board seat essentially to Mark. Mark might not have been in a position, but what I'm hearing from you is that a board in that case might not have put pressure on him to sell.
Well, so the board, remember that the board has a fiduciary duty, right? And so when you're the VC on the board, you can't just represent your own interest as the VC, because by definition you represent all the shareholders. And so we'll just say, hey, listen, this is the situation, this is... And I think that you have a class of entrepreneurs, and Mark is one, I think Larry and Sergey are also sort of the kinds of guys where early on they might have had the opportunity to make a bit of money, but then they understood the potential of the companies they were building, and then they just said, look, let's just go for it.
So, but are those the wrong models for most entrepreneurs? I mean, do they look at, does everyone look at a Google or a Facebook or a Twitter and say, oh, well, our company is just like those guys, and we should just hold out for, and go public and dispel the company. Andy, you're saying essentially
I'll be the curmudgeon and say, yeah, too many people think they can be against Facebook.
and 6 out of 7 times.
Now, in fairness, my experience spans a lot of time before Web 2.0. So the conditions have changed somewhat. You get companies that can grow much bigger, much faster in this environment, consumer environment, than was the case before. So history is not entirely predictive of what's the right thing to do.
Well, I think I should just give a little color on that. You have to look, you're not selling into a vacuum, you're selling to a buyer, generally a corporate buyer, and their corporate initiatives change sometimes almost quarterly. So sort of fish when the fish are biting sort of a thing. If corporate buyers are saying, look, we have to get into the IPPBX, we have to get into video, we have to get into local, we have to get in, you get a change in management, the head of corporate development's gone the next quarter, your buyers just dry up. There's a sort of, sometimes there's sort of ephemeral windows of opportunity to sell into. And
didn't Friendster refuse